Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this PC government is running in circles on health care. While the Premier wants to implement her Harper-style conservative agenda, the NDP and the health professionals are fighting back. We stood up against the PCs with this half-baked scheme to privatize lab services. This weekend they pulled it off the table. Now apparently it's back on as of this afternoon. To the Health Minister, why won't you admit your plan to give $3 billion to private lab companies with rotten records of defrauding the public purse was a bad idea from the start?
Honourable Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, with all due respect, I think the honourable member vastly overestimates his own influence. The fact of the matter, Mr. Speaker, the fact of the matter, and on this side of the House, Mr. Speaker, we are committed to providing state-of-the-art lab services for the residents of Edmonton and Northern Alberta for the long term. Mr. Speaker, the comments that were made by the acting Chief Executive Officer of AHS on Friday reflect a commitment to consultation, as it should be, not in terms of what we are doing, Mr. Speaker, but how we are going to do it. We will deliver on the best possible lab services for residents of the northern part of the province. We have a plan to do that. Nothing has changed, Mr. Speaker.
Well, that's interesting, Mr. Speaker, because given that this government only bothers to consult after public outrage, and given that this same minister just said outside these walls right now that he would move full steam ahead on this privatization scheme and consult at the same time, health professionals know that this is a bad idea. Albertans who value public health care know that this is a dangerous idea. What could possibly happen between November and now that could possibly make this corporate giveaway actually resemble a good idea?
Mr. Speaker, what Albertans know is that making important decisions about the healthcare system based on political ideology is not what they want. What they want, Mr. Speaker, is to government to plan for the long term, to plan for the future, to recognize things like the fact that in 2015, existing lab space that is available to us in Edmonton will no longer be available, to recognize the fact that demand is growing by 6% a year, and to put a solid, responsible plan in place with partners as appropriate to deliver the best quality lab services we can. That's what's happening now, Mr. Speaker. That's what will continue to happen.
Well, Mr. Speaker, you can't have it both ways. Either you're going to listen to what frontline professionals think, or you're going to steamroll straight on through and listen to no one at all. You can't do both. So why won't this minister stand down and actually listen to the people who actually deliver lab services, and to know that your private lab scheme is bound to fail, cost Albertans more money, and hurt patients?
Well, Mr. Speaker, what I know is that the vast majority of pathologists in this province, in fact, support the move to a state-of-the-art facility to serve out Edmonton and Northern Alberta for the future. There are over 90 pathologists that work with Alberta Health Services, Mr. Speaker, because of the consultation that AHS has done with them, with other employees and with other partners. We know, Mr. Speaker, that there is an orderly approach to the implementation of this initiative. Mr. Speaker, what that member should be concerned with is whether his constituents have access to all of the lab services that should be available to them on a timely basis. That's what we're planning for, Mr. Speaker. He's welcome to get on board at any time.